Well, I think that somewhere along the line, many of our faith communities have lost the thread. We've forgotten that the work of a faith tradition is not service of the self. It's not just about feeding and nurturing and nourishing myself. It's about feeding and nurturing and nourishing my own spirit so that I can find the strength to join forces with others and go out and actually build a world worthy of the image of God, which is all the human beings around us. And faith communities are uniquely positioned because what we do by definition is bring people together. And so we have to actually bring people together for the good. We have to remember that we have a sacred opportunity and a great sense of urgency right now because we don't have forever. Just the clock is ticking on the climate itself, let alone all the threats to our democracy, that we have to work together with great urgency to actually build toward the greater good. And I will say, we built our community when I was 29. This is a community that grew out of a lot of people in their 20s and 30s feeling like we did not see what we were looking for in the religious landscape. I felt like our Jewish tradition carried with it this profound moral mandate that I did not see being made manifest in a lot of our communal spaces. And so this group of young people, I mean, almost everybody was under 40 when we started IKAR. We got together and said, what if we built a community that actually reflected our core values and that was deeply invested in our Jewish tradition and also deeply invested in the world and that loved our Jewish people and also loved all people, and that was able to make prayer joyous and fun and moving, and also a place where we could grieve together, that could hold all of these sacred tensions, that would honor us in all of our diversity. And so I really feel to the 20 somethings out there today, it's a really hard time to be alive. And you're right, the algorithm's fighting against us. And yet we have the power to create transformative models of what it could look like when we actually come together to build for the greater good. And I think our most important response to those really strong voices out in the public square right now that are building in very destructive ways, movements that are rooted in conspiracy theories and hatred and racism and destruction and binary thinking, our strongest and best response is to use all of those resources to actually build for the greater good. And I know that this is possible, which is why I remain ever hopeful, ever hopeful about the future.